Oh, I'm very excited today. I've got Abi Sharp. Abi, there's a lot of Abis on the comedy circuit. There's quite a few Abis. But I've got Abi Sharp. There's Abi Sharp.
Hi.
See that? Abi Sharp. We've just had a wonderful photo shoot.
We did. I did a lot of weird stuff that I thought I'd never do on camera.
Because I remember you writing to me saying, I want my photo, but you find it hard having your photos being taken, or you don't like having your photo being taken, is that right?
Yeah, I find it really hard to get my photo taken because I'm a perpetual blinker. I seem to spend half my life blinking, especially when photos are taken.
Is that the only reason?
I don't know, I think I just find my face really awkward to look at from a third person perspective. I think it's a classic human thing about the kind of mirror image, yeah.
But I have noticed that a lot of comedians and performers actually don't like their picture being taken. They're fine on stage, but find it hard to relax sometimes in front of a camera.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really normal to find it hard to get your photo taken. I think if you're naturally photogenic and feel relaxed in front of a camera, you're probably a psychopath.
Abi, you are very, very photogenic. People are very conscious of how they think they look or how they want to look. But you did this thing where we were taking the photographs and you kind of said, that's not quite right. And I thought it looked really good. You had a really lovely smile. And then later on you did a smile with your eyes as well. And it really made a difference. And I think your eyes smiling, it's all about the eyes, I think, as well.
Yeah, I think it's about the eyes. I think you've actually helped me have a photo-taking breakthrough today. So it's absolutely worth it just for that alone, if I've learned to smile with my eyes more.
We'll see when we see the results, but I'll put them up in the edit. But I think there are some nice ones. And we had a quick chance to go on to the roof as well.
Yeah, nice view up there and a lot of creative photos. I crouched with all of my limbs off the floor between two chimneys.
You did?
I did, yes.
You did, and not many people can do that.
Yeah, not everyone can do that, and I think that's my special talent that I bring to the comedy scene.
If you're liking this episode, like, comment, and...
Subscribe,
Abi Sharp, because the more people that like, comment and subscribe, the algorithms, you're in the algorithms, aren't you? And things like that.
Yeah.
So, like, comment and subscribe. So, Abi Sharp, when, why... where did you start comedy?
Well, I've been on the kind of London open mic scene for about 2 years, but I think ever since I was a kid, I was always like performing bits just for fun, like for my family. So yeah, maybe a long time in an informal capacity.
But you studied the piano, you did grade 8 on the piano.
Yeah, I did a lot of classical piano growing up, which was kind of stressful at the time, but I'm really glad that I learned because I can do a lot of weird stuff with it now.
And you did trumpet. My brother did trumpet, but didn't like. Did you do grade 8 on the trumpet as well?
I did, yeah. It was pretty difficult. You have to have a lot of like physical stamina in your mouth.
She did the trumpet and piano. I did flute. I was a flautist. I did grade 8 on the flute. I got merit. Did you do distinction? I bet you got distinction.
No, I got merit, I think. Yeah.
On both?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, you know. That's fantastic. And you do that in your act as well?
Yes, I play the piano in my act.
But not the trumpet?
Not the trumpet. I've been trying to think of how to bring trumpet into comedy, but it's really challenging because it's got to be completely non-verbal because I can't be talking or singing while I'm playing the trumpet. So I've been thinking about how can I do something that's funny that is just the trumpet itself.
I'll have a think about that. I like that idea. But you can speak through the trumpet, but you're not playing the trumpet, are you?
Yes, I don't know.
But there must be ways of doing funny musical pieces.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been thinking about that because like my trumpet training, I'm not very good anymore, very out of practice, but my training is in classical trumpet, which is not necessarily that familiar to most audiences. So I've been trying to think about what are the few pieces of classical music on the trumpet that are actually recognisable to most people and have an association.
What's the famous trumpet piece?
The Last Post, which is the fanfare played on Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Maybe not very funny for some people.
Can we make it funny? Come on.
Well, I mean, you could make it funny, but that might be a bit offensive. So that's one idea. Another one is the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. It was recently used in Squid Game. It's the music that plays every morning when they wake up. And I think that's quite recognisable to people.
Yes, but even if it's not, you could mention it. And
maybe.
Yeah, it's always not the best way to do it, but yeah, like that. So when, where, why? We didn't answer the question, did we?
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I've always made up little things that I think are funny and then share them with friends and family. And then a few years ago, I took a stand-up class and I got into open mic scene in London.
Who was the stand-up class?
The stand-up class was by Nick Hall at Hoopla. He's a really great teacher.
How long ago?
I did this about 4 years ago.
Okay, because you've got a job,
Yeah.
and you're very happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
What was the itch that made you want to? Because you were just wanted to get out on stage.
I just love attention, I think.
But you're quite a quiet, shy person, would you say?
I think quiet and shy are not the same thing. I can be kind of quiet. I'm certainly an introvert. I don't think I'm shy though.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Like I just did a bunch of ridiculous poses for 2 hours with you, so I can't be that shy.
But when you first arrived, I felt that you're very assessing the situation or assessing what you wanted, and you have opened up. I felt you've opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm quite an analytical person for sure. Yeah, quite strategic.
Because you did maths and you mentioned,
yeah, I studied maths and computer science. Yeah.
I did a maths degree. I got 7%, which is quite good, isn't it? It's quite good, isn't it? I did my maths O level a year early. I was very good at maths. My dad's a mathematician.
Yeah.
And I should have gone on to do maths.
Right.
But I went on to do magic. And
okay.
muck around with stuff. Did you feel that you wanted the training? Did the training help, or did it? You got funny about something that sparks your comedy. Did the course bring it more out, or did it? Sometimes it can tell you things that. What am I trying to say? I think you want to be freer and not be taught sometimes, or do you think it did help?
Taking a class really helped me personally because they just told me a load of fundamentals that felt kind of obvious in retrospect, but I didn't realise beforehand. So they said, for example, focus on yourself as the main topic of your comedy because it's the place with the most depth. So you're going to say the most original and interesting and funny things from there. So yeah, there's loads of great pointers like that and help on how to develop the material. And so yeah, I really recommend it.
I know you've got a proper job, an adult job. But if you had a dream job, if you could do anything, or maybe you're actually doing it you want to do, but is there a dream job?
Yeah, I think in another life I could have been a detective. Yeah, because I'm a nosy bitch who likes to find out.
We've never had that actually on this
really
channel. I mean, detective, really?
Yeah, so this is kind of like the film version of detective. I'm sure that in real life it's a lot less glamorous, but I quite like the idea of being a detective and going around and just looking at everyone's stuff and inferring things about them. And I also like that it's quite scientific as well, forensics. That's kind of a separate job, but I think forensic science sounds quite interesting.
So, comedy heroes. Have you got comedy heroes? You're quite youngish compared to some people I've interviewed and even myself. So have you got any comedy heroes?
Thank you for saying that I'm youngish. Sometimes I feel oldish, like when young people say 6, 7, and I don't know what it means. But yes, comedy heroes. I love Peep Show. I think the writing on that is incredible. It's probably the best British TV comedy in my lifetime. I love Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton. Like everything they've written and performed in, I think is incredible. Like I love that mixture of gothic and camp. Is so cool. Kind of for me, my comedy, doing musical comedy, a lot of my inspiration comes from the TV show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh, I
Have you
don't
seen
know
it?
that, no.
Oh, it's really good, yeah. So it's a kind of musical theatre inspired TV show, but it's also got these themes about mental health and feminism. And I think it's just got a lot of depth and the songs are really funny as well.
What about stand-up?
Stand-up, I like Stewart Lee. Yeah.
Has to my own heart. Stewart Lee's fantastic.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I saw him live once, yeah.
Once? I've seen him many times. He's great, isn't he?
Yeah.
Why do you like Stewart Lee? Again, because it's cerebral and...
Yeah, I think he's cerebral, and I suppose he really tests the audience's patience sometimes, it feels, and he has
Slightly.
the guts. Yeah, he has the guts to go really long without a laugh, but you kind of trust him that it's going to go somewhere interesting. Yeah, so I think it's quite ballsy.
Stewart Lee's been very, very nice to me. I've done some photographs of him and he signed them. But Stewart, I want you to do this show, please. If you could tour with somebody, who would you tour with? Stewart Lee.
Yeah, Stewart Lee would be good. I'm not sure if I would mesh well with his vibes and audience, but if we're talking about fantasies, sure, why not?
I think you'd mesh with. It sounds like you'd mesh with his audience, wouldn't you? I mean, you're.
Perhaps, yeah.
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 Do you have a favourite photograph? It could be of you. It could be a famous photograph. It could be of your family growing up. All that kind of things.
Yes, I absolutely have a favourite photograph. So it is the photograph that was used as the main image on the Wikipedia article for grinding dance move. So it's no longer there, but you can look it up because it's kind of famous. So it's just this quite bad digital camera flash photo that was taken in the 2000s during that digital camera period of photography of two people grinding, and it's just the most 2000s thing you've seen in terms of like what they're wearing. And I can't really describe it. Like, the guy just has a kind of fag in his mouth, and one of them's wearing like a furry bucket hat, and she's got this kind of 2000s glasses on, and they're just kind of lazily grinding on a table in some bar in the 2000s. There's just such a funny, perfect photo that encapsulates an era and like the awkwardness of that era. And it was used as the Wikipedia article, canonical picture of what grinding looks like. Look it up, it's great.
So as you know, dear watcher and subscriber, make sure you subscribe. Come on. I love my watches, and I've been sent this Van Doren. It's a Norwegian brand. Look at the blue in that. It matches my eyes. And I do love watches, but this is actually a quartz. So it's not mechanical. It's not automatic. But it's just a. Do you like that face?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
It's very nice, actually. And so I always ask the comedians who are. I'll give you the specs below. Van Doren, Norwegian, lovely watch. Look at that blueness. I always ask the comedians what they're wearing, and during the shoot. You were wearing it, but we did take it off because you said it would be better without. But that's not really a what. Does it tell the time?
Yeah, sure it does. That's a Fitbit. It tells the time and does heart rate tracking and stuff. I took it off for the shoot because it's horribly in aesthetics. So I've traded aesthetics for getting the health tracking data.
So while you were doing the shoot, you don't know what your heart rate was?
I don't know what my heart rate was. I would guess it was a bit elevated because I did feel a bit awkward. But I think it would have definitely gone down throughout the shoot because you made me feel very comfortable.
Did you hear that, everybody? I made Abby feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But is that the one that does it do blood pressure as well?
I don't think it does blood pressure, but there's a bunch of other statistics that I don't understand. The main one I pay attention to is the heart rate,
right? Because
it congratulates you for doing zone minutes, which is when you have minutes where your heart's in an elevated zone. But what's funny is most of my zone minutes don't come from exercise; they come from like socially stressful situations, like if I'm having a stressy conversation with someone, or actually when I perform comedy. Often my heart rate goes really, really high while I'm performing if I'm nervous and in the time when I'm waiting to perform. So the other day, the watch was like congratulating me for doing an enormous workout, but really I just performed.
That actually is quite funny. So it can't really tell the difference between you exercising and you going on stage.
I think it can tell a little bit because it also has the motion sensors, so it can guess what kind of movement you're doing, like walking or running or whatever.
What if you're playing the piano like that?
Yeah, exactly. It often just classifies it as something really strange. It has all these different improbable exercises you could be doing, like fencing or cross-country skiing or like hoeing. So yeah, often it categorizes it as that.
Do you actually get nervous?
I do, a bit, yeah. Like definitely my body reacts, like my heart rate goes really high when I'm anticipating something, yeah.
So if you've been noticing, I do this, I've got it all smudged now, I do this thing where I get people to look in the mirror and say what they see.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give this to Abi Sharp, musical comedian. I can see you in the mirror, look. So.
Okay.
So when you're holding that,
yeah.
What do you see when you look in the mirror?
I look at myself and I see a beautiful woman who should never have to install her own printer drivers.
Why is it with printer drivers? You're a technical person.
I'm a technical person, and yet still I feel like I deserve better than the user experience of installing printer drivers.
But why haven't they?
I don't know. Get it together.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I had to do it recently and it was an absolute disaster.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I've got my glasses on now. I'm going to come back to the mirror. But I don't understand how you can have it. I have had it on my main computer, on my Mac, my computer, Bluetooth to the printer.
Yeah.
It's lost it.
No.
It's lost it for no reason, and it doesn't print from that printer, and I have to put my laptop on to print.
Yeah,
Abby, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I tried for an hour or more to get the Wi-Fi printing to work, and in the end, I just gave up and used a really long USB cord. That's the future we're living in.
So what else? I'm going to test you now. What else, when you look in the mirror, do you like looking in mirrors?
No, not really.
Because?
Well, certainly not in front of cameras.
You don't like looking in front of cameras or in front of mirrors.
Yeah.
But if you look in the mirror, do you see anything else? Do you see family? Do you see future? Is there anything deep in there?
I only prepared one joke for this bit, Steve.
I've got to pretend that I haven't given you the questions in advance.
Okay, I don't know. I look a lot like my mum. I think with
Yeah.
every year that passes, I look more and more like my mum. My dad's family lives in Singapore, and
Oh.
I only see them rarely. But every time I go there and see them, they say, "Oh my God, you look just like your mum." So it's happening. I'm turning into her.
Good answer. Thank you very much, Abi Sharp. I'm going to do a selfie now. I always do a selfie at the end. What am I doing? I'll let this in. There we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This was really nice.